Monday morning blues. I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, to a brand new video. So today is a really exciting one. We're here in the nursery. Finally, I've got to say everybody, I think I'm more excited than you are. This room is by far my favourite in the house so far in this renovation. Of course it is. Both me and Ash have been spending so much time in this room, not just like designing it and decorating it. We have also been like just spending time in here, like romanticizing and role playing and just, you know, what life is going to be like in literally a matter of days at this point. Yep, I am fully cooked, literally 9 months pregnant at this point. Yeah, time is up, baby girl. It's time to come out. And I still just cannot believe that one of the rooms in this house became a nursery. Like, who would have predicted that? Definitely not me and Ash, but here we are. Anyway, you guys know me. I will literally chew your ear off if you let me. So make sure you are comfy cozy like me. Grab yourselves a nice cozy drink or a glass of Whispering Angel. Have a sip for me, and let's get straight into the nursery tour. Gosh, I don't know where to start. Let's start from this side and we'll work our way around the room. So yeah, giving you a full view of this corner of the room. And this is the vintage dresser we found in a charity shop. And obviously we painted it, repurposed it, and I re-stained it. I love how the wood has turned out. Now this was a mahogany colour underneath. It was like really high gloss mahogany, old, carved. I mean, it's even got like chips in and scuffs, which I just think adds to the vintage charm of the piece of furniture that it is. It's all curved around the front, like all of this just curves in, and I just thought it was a beautiful piece of furniture which not only can grow with baby girl, but we can use it in other rooms if we decide we don't want it in here in the future. So I wanted this specifically because, as you can see, it's quite high up and it has her baby changing station on the top. So yeah, we didn't go for like your general mamas and papas furniture ranges because they specifically sell like baby changing stations and things like that, like specifically for that reason. But once you're done with that side of things, you're kind of just left trying to get rid of the furniture, aren't you? Whereas this is just a sideboard, and yeah, you can use it for what you want. So we have our basket baby changing station on the top here. I've also got a little towel for when she's out of the bath, and a little hairbrush. And I'm not going to show you inside the drawers because I haven't truthfully packed them in yet. In the drawers is obvious, we're going to have nappies, wipes, products, things like that, just storage, general storage. Yeah, and I've still got a few toys in here at the moment, just some little cuddle toys that I'm not sure what to do with yet. A little flappy duck. And then over here we have, I love this lamp so much. Let me just find my best setting. It's that one. Now, the weather in the UK is awful in the winter, so I've had to use the big light. And yeah, therefore it's not the best lighting. I'll link it down below. I love them so much. They're portable and you charge them like with a USB charger. Like I said, they've got like different settings. Isn't that wonderful for when she gets out of the bath and we're changing, or we're in the middle of the night and we're changing? It'll just light up this area. Quite lovely, I do say so myself. We've got a little mouse, which me and Ash picked up. I think this was the first nursery item we picked up from a garden centre. We saw it last autumn. It's got like little leather ears, and it just gave us all of the vibes. And so yeah, it's not a toy, it's just decor. And I said, oh my god, I've got a vision that will go in the nursery. And we hadn't done this room at that point in time, and now here it is sat there on the dresser, and I think it just works wonderfully in this room. We've then got some gorgeous clouds hanging above the changing station, and I thought these would be a gorgeous addition hanging over that area for when we're changing baby girl after her bath, creating a gorgeous like ambience, clouds, bedtime. Obviously you just need to give them a blow and they're like kind of moving. Hopefully they're going to mesmerize little girl, but not like overstimulate her before bedtime, especially in the middle of the night. So a gorgeous little distraction, but a calming one at the same time, especially for the nursery. And these clouds were actually bought and used at our gender reveal as a backdrop display. And I thought I need to carry on using them because I thought they were absolutely beautiful. Who remembers how excited I were when I unboxed those? I'll link them down below if you're interested. They're really inexpensive. It's actually just cotton wool. It's actually just cotton wool hanging off of fishing wire. This mirror, I actually bought it from, where was it? Home Bargains. It must be last year at least. And it was actually in the garden section. So it's like a garden outdoorsy mirror. It comes as a 2-pack, so 2 sides. And it just makes it look like you can open the window. And it's like in this brushed brass kind of colour. I saw them and I knew I liked them last year. I didn't know I was pregnant, obviously. I did not buy the mirrors for the nursery anyway, let's just say that. And they were stuck, if I'm being honest, in the storeroom, which is the office, going to be the office. And when I was looking for a mirror for over the top of this dresser for baby girl, I remembered them and I said, you know what? These garden mirrors will work perfectly in her room. And so there we go. We have these gorgeous mirrors above the changing station. I've actually added these magnolia stems above. I can't remember where they're from, everybody. It could be Dunelm. Could be Dunelm. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous and they just add to this like garden theme we seem to have going on in this room. So I've popped you guys on a wide lens so you can see the full back wall, but you might remember I did get hubby to fix some panelling to the back wall as a backdrop. I just think it adds to the period of this property. This is a period property and we've not done any panelling in these upstairs rooms, and I just did not want it to feel new buildy. Yeah, especially because I wanted the nursery to have a vintage twist to it, just to suit the house. It just suits my vibe as well, and I just think it's really stylish for a baby girl. And so yeah, we added panelling to the back wall and I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. Ashley's done an amazing job as usual. And we also added in some wall sconces to either side of the canopy. The canopy is like a linen fabric. It's absolutely stunning. I'll link this down below if it's still available. And it's like a really off-white linen colour, like a beige, I suppose. I did in fact add this bow to the central bit. If you click on the link of the canopy, you'll see what it comes like. It's just like a tent. So nothing special. It's me that's Suzy-fied it, is what we like to say on this channel, isn't it? So yeah, I've added this little sage green bow in with the garden theme. So all the green tones, which I think looks absolutely stunning. And I've also used one of my eucalyptus garlands and added that around the canopy as well. I just think that looks absolutely delightful. Okay, I'll zoom in, but I don't know if you can see that up there, but I used some twine that I'd picked up from either Shein or Temu ages ago. It was in my craft box and it's got these little leaves on it. It's just twine, string, a reel of string, and it had these little leaves, green leaves on it, and I thought that would be lovely to add like hang from the ceiling to add to the theme. See, these things always come in handy. Love having a craft box. For the light fitting, we'd already done the walls in this room. It was just a blank canvas, if you remember, before we got pregnant. This room was actually meant to be the guest room. So it was going to have a double bed at the back here and 2 side tables, just a double bedroom, I suppose. And therefore we'd done the walls, we added the ceiling rolls, and we also added in this light. I've decided to keep this light in baby girl's room. I just think it's timeless and it still works really well. I was considering having like some sort of nursery themed lighting, but we're only gonna have to change it out in like a few months time, a couple of years time. And I just think that this works really well. And I also could add some leaves or some garland to it if I wanted to. I haven't done that because I don't think it needs it, especially with the canopy there just being behind and having all of this foliage. I just feel like it would have been too much to have foliage hanging up there and then foliage hanging in front as well. So I've left it timeless. And the nursery lights that I really liked were like hot air bloom style ones, or clouds or bubbles or things like that, like if I did want to change the lighting to a nursery themed lighting. And I just thought I could actually add those things, those elements to this room in a different way and keep the light like just timeless. And so everybody, that's the view. The crib itself is a vintage crib. It's from a brand called Ola BB. They are based in the Netherlands, and we did pay an import fee even, for this crib to get to us here in the UK. But it was only 50 quid import fee, and I just thought it was so worth it because I was nearly crying at one point because of the crib situation. I had in mind a vintage crib, and in my mind. You know what I'm like. Once I've got something in my vision, I can't unsee it. Anyway, the crib I wanted was a vintage brass crib, and unfortunately it was only available in the US. But to get it imported from the US would have cost us an extra £1,000, and it just wasn't worth it to do that. And the vintage ones, like pre-loved secondhand on eBay, they cost an absolute fortune. Well, the ones that I saw that I liked did, like, I'm talking like £2,000 plus. So we went for this one. It's wooden. It absolutely does give vintage vibes. So that was the next best one I could find that I really liked. And inside, I haven't got any cot bedding yet. I mean, I've got the mattress protector and just a white cotton sheet on that at the moment. I do want to swap out the white sheet. I don't know what I was thinking. If you look at the colours, that white sticks out, like really sticks out. It looks like it doesn't fit in with the room. So I think I'm going to go and try and find either some darker green, either green or like a chocolatey brown. I think I've just mentioned on one of my other videos, actually, a baby haul video, that H&M have launched this Disney Bambi collection, and they've got like a brown coloured cot bedding collection. I'll pop it on the screen, but this is what I saw. Maybe I should get something like that, or stick to the plain colours and just do like a chocolate brown or a nice forest green in the bottom sheet. But yeah, bedding and blankets. Obviously she's not going to be in here just yet because she's not even born yet. And then yeah, so I will be looking for some cot bedding, but they say, don't they, that you should just put them in on the sheets. So what you can see in the cot at the moment is just a blanket. For the sake of this video, I've popped this in here. She's not going to be sleeping in here, inside of that and inside of this cot, so don't you worry. This is a blanket I picked up from the baby den. It's absolutely beautiful. It's in this boucle fabric. It's like got a muslin inside, and it's like a swaddle, and you just wrap the baby inside of it. That's for when she's been born. She's not here yet. I've popped it in here just for the sake of this video so the cot didn't look bare. And then also her little Harrods bunny. And yeah, I hope you love the crib, everybody. And that's where we're at so far with that. Moving on round the corner. Oh, didn't mention actually, I picked up these little night lights. They're just little plug-in night lights, and they give off the most gorgeous glow in the evenings, and you can take them around the house. They're in here for now. I might use them all around the house actually when she's newborn, especially in my room. I've got 2 of those plugged in either side of the cot. I thought I'd make use of this corner and use those baby blocks, just for now anyway. We probably won't stay there for long, and I'll probably think of something else to pop there, down there in the corner. Probably another tree, but we'll get around to that in a moment. But these blocks were from our baby gender reveal. They were used as a prop, a backdrop, and I just thought, I don't want to throw them away. I'll probably give them away to somebody who is having a baby or looking for props. I'll just give them away, I suppose. But I just thought they were really like vintage wooden blocks. They're not, they're like cardboard, but I thought we'll just leave them there in the corner just to fill that space for now. And then we can't not mention the wardrobe. If you've been following along on the renovation vlogs or just the vlogs in general, you will have seen this wardrobe already. I think it was the first piece of furniture we picked up for this room. Did we pick it up before we knew we was having a baby? I can't quite remember now. This was a Facebook Marketplace find, and I have not touched it. The lady had already upcycled it, and I thought it worked absolutely wonderfully. It's solid. It's the most gorgeous coloured, like vintage, timeless style wood. I love the curves of it. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's got the drawers in the bottom as well. Don't know if you can see that there, but she has used wallpaper, vintage like wallpaper, to upcycle it, and I just thought it worked absolutely beautifully. Oh, that was right. We picked up this wardrobe. We knew he was having a baby, but we did not know if it was a girl or a boy at that point. And therefore, I was going to keep this gorgeous design if we were having a girl, which we are. So it worked out perfectly. I didn't have to touch the wardrobe after all or do any upcycling, even though I love to do that, you know that. But yeah, if it was a boy, I was going to change, obviously, this, because it reminds me of like lace, which works perfectly for baby girl. So yeah, it worked out all well in the end. What a gorgeous wardrobe. It gives me like Narnia vibes. Lots of storage. I've been collecting baby girls' designer clothes. This is my last baby. You don't need designer clothes, but yeah, there's still a lot of organising to do. It doesn't look that much. We've only reached up to, what are we on? 6 to 9 months. These are all her best clothes, like fancier clothes, going out clothes. She'll be in vests and sleep suits, which are all going to be stored in the drawers over this side where we're changing baby. And yeah, I'm sure this little collection will grow. Baby gold hangers, which I absolutely love. You guys know I love style and clothes. And yeah, so this is like probably one of my favourite things about having a baby girl, is dressing her up. And she's got quite a little collection going at the moment, if I do say so myself. You've probably seen all these. Look at this little Ralph Lauren vintage romper. It's just the cutest little thing in the world. I have shown all these on the vlogs, on the pregnancy playlist. I'll link the playlist down below if you want to catch up and you're new here. But she's got this little Ralph Lauren robe. It's just so cute, isn't it? Like, why the hell not? This is my last baby. And you know, it's like you guys said, you don't need to justify how you spend your money on your baby girl, and you're absolutely right, and I won't be doing that anymore. These are just genius. This is really helping me out to understand what I need in the wardrobe next. Obviously, I want to concentrate on newborn and up to 3 to 6 months. I think we've got up to 6 to 9 months. We're coming along there as well. But yeah, these are really helpful because it helps you to see in advance like where you're up to. And I think they're beautiful. I'll link them down below as well. Little separators, organisers. And then next to the wardrobe by the window here, we've got our little seating area. We actually decided to bring the boucle chair that you can see here and footstool into this room. It's not a rocking chair. I mean, I would have loved a rocking chair, but it wasn't essential. And I already had this chair in our room and wasn't convinced that it worked in there. But because this is a baby's room, there's a lot of boucle items and it just worked better in this room. It's comfy, this chair, and we can sit baby girl on our knee and read stories or just nurse. And yeah, so this is an old chair from Jysk. I think they still do it, you know, boucle chair. It's like got wing back. It's quite comfortable actually. And the footstool was from Jysk as well. And yeah, just a lovely comfy nursing chair to have in a nursery. I've popped on a forest green cushion here. We've also got a chocolate brown tall de jouy blanket for cuddling and swaddling. Behind that is a olive tree, 4 olive tree. I just love 4 olive trees. I'd have them in every single room, which I have. And I just think it's a wonderful little backdrop there. Goes with the garden theme. The lighting in this room is absolutely beautiful. It comes around here in the morning. So it's just stunning in this room, honestly. This is the room we lived in when we first bought the house and we started renovating, because it was the cleanest out of all of them. I mean, it wasn't clean by all means, but it was the cleanest out of the rest of them. And yeah, so me and hubby and Ralphie lived in this room, this one little room, for months until we got our main bedroom, master bedroom done. And so yeah, I can't quite believe it. It's a nursery now. But yeah, it does get the best light, which is what I was just saying, wasn't it? I've got the Jennings curtains in here as usual. We've got these all around the house. They're just the best curtains ever. Let me see if I can show you them. They're like an oatmeal. They're thick, they're heavy, they're lined, they're tonal, and they do them in the most gorgeous sizes. Obviously, we've got 12-foot ceilings in this house, so we need super high curtains, super long, sorry, curtains. And yeah, I've just gone for the plain Jennings curtains, again, timeless design, so we never need to swap them out. And I could have done some, like, you know, novelty nursery curtains. Again, I would have had to swap them out, which I don't want to be doing. Ralphie absolutely loves this room, don't you, Ralphie? Are you going to watch over your baby sister in this room? Are you going to have little naps with her? We have the bookshelf. So if you've been following along on the vlogs, you will have seen me upcycle this bookshelf. Another Facebook marketplace find. I think we ended up picking this up for 60 quid. And I upcycled it in one of the vlogs. I've painted it in my favourite shade, Farrow and Bowl Slipper Satin. Get a bit of more of a closer shot. I just love it. I think it works perfectly in this room. So we were thinking of actually having a doll's house bookshelf here, and I'll pop a picture on the screen of what I envisioned for the doll's house bookshelf. However, like I said, because the ceilings are so high, that would have only come up to like waist height, play height. And I would have had to think of something else for the wall, probably pictures. I mean, it wouldn't have been a problem or anything, but... And then I saw this one as well, and I thought this would work better with it being so tall. It'll work along this wall, like, really, really nicely. We haven't done it central, by the way, if that bothers anyone, because that really bothered me at first. We've done it more towards the chair because we didn't want to have it like right up against the door as you're walking through. Do you know what I mean? And then it feel like it's in your face when you walk in the door. So that's the reason why it's gone up a little bit. And I do plan to add something down here. In fact, I've seen a little height chart that I'm going to buy for her, because although I would love to do that in the house, do you know, like in the old, like, American films back in the 80s and 90s, and they used to like have height charts on the wall in the old houses. I would love to do that and, like, you know, measure her height and record it over the years. But I think that if we move property and we do another renovation, then we're going to lose it to the house. And I've seen a wooden chart which is going to stick to the side of this bookcase as you walk in, and that will measure her height. So yeah, the space here basically will be filled with something, or a plant pot or something. And so yeah, that is the bookshelf in all of its glory. I think it looks absolutely wonderful there. And I've obviously styled it up. It will change with the seasons, I'm sure. It'll change along the way, which I'm really excited for, actually, to style that up seasonally for baby girl. You know, I love like faffing around with the home decor. And as you can see, we still have a little bit of a space up here. I'm just going to have a little vintage frame up on a ribbon. I'll pop a picture on the screen of what I'm thinking of it. Like, not necessarily a swan or anything like that. I don't know what print to use. I'm sure I'll know it when I see it, and then it'll get done. So yeah, sometimes you've just got to sit on things and wait for the right piece to come along, because you can rush things otherwise, and I've learnt that a lot during these renovation projects. And yeah, so you would have had this nursery tour a lot sooner had it not been for waiting for the right bookshelf. And I'm so glad I've waited because it looks lovely, doesn't it? So let's have a little look what's on the shelf at the moment. On top, I do love to hanging like trailing plants. I just love how they look, especially in this room. It gives that enchanted garden style feel. I've also got one up there as well on top of the wardrobe hanging off. I love them hanging off of windowsills. I'm talking about every room, and in fact, with like church candles. I think they just look ethereal, so beautiful. So yeah, I've obviously got one up there. It looks lovely. And then that's the lace parasol that I showed in my latest Temu haul that I ordered by mistake, and I think it looks absolutely lovely there, doesn't it, for baby girl? It's a nice little prop anyway. And I suppose you could hang that from the ceiling as well. And then on the top shelf here, we have her Harrods teddy bears. I can't wait for like teddy bears picnics. How cute. And then we've got the little reading nook sign. And then over here, we have the boucle balloons. You might remember me showing these balloons on one of the vlogs or one of the baby hauls. They're from a seller on Etsy, and she does the most beautiful like nursery items, baby items. So I will link the details down below where you can find those. And I picked up two in this like cookie colour boucle fabric, and yeah, I've added them to the bookshelf here. I think they look absolutely adorable. This is a little keyring from my latest Temu haul, and like I said, I just wanted to pick up these little creatures. It's a little bunny rabbit and mice and things like that. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. We can hang them from the pram. Even though they're key rings, I want to make my own baby gym toys and mix them up with the seasons. I've just hung this one like it's almost hanging from the balloon, which I think looks really adorable. There's just something so traditional about a rocking horse in a child's room, isn't there? We've got this little vintage candle holder, which I find absolutely adorable as well. We've obviously got her very iconic book collection as a starter. I'm sure we're going to add to this collection, and the bookshelf is going to grow along with baby girl, but it's a good start. We've got the icons here. We've got Each Peach Pear Plum. If that's not giving you vintage nostalgia, I don't know what is. We've got the tiger who came to tea, the very hungry caterpillar, the owl who was afraid of the dark, and I've actually got a list on my notes app with all the other like classics and must-read stories so that we can add to these bookshelves as we go along. We have the little mushroom house, which I just think is absolutely adorable. If you remember, I picked this up in one of my latest hauls. And yeah, I'll link what I can down below, what's still available from these shelves. These are brass woodland creatures. I've actually stolen these from my utility downstairs because there's lots of work going on down there at the moment. We're adding a new entrance into this house. I found these on the shelf in the boot room, the old boot room, and then I thought they would work perfectly here in baby girl's room, with it being like woodland, enchanted garden creatures, you know, kind of a theme. I suppose it is kind of a garden theme. Is it like a vintage garden theme? If you want to put a name to it, that's what I would say, because I definitely wanted vintage for the house and for a little girl, and I also want her to be close to nature. That's the kind of theme, if you want to call it a theme. Down here I've got some bedding, some gorgeous bedding and blankets. You can't get enough of those. And then we have the suitcases saga. I picked these up. They were absolutely adorable. They were pink and white and spotty and stripy. And I've absolutely ruined them, not gonna lie. Would not recommend painting them. I just didn't want the pink, as you can see from this room. I wanted them brown and cream, stripy and spotty. And yeah, if you follow along on the vlogs, you'll have seen me start to upcycle these suitcases, and I really shouldn't have bothered touching them. I should have just left them as they were, because I've absolutely ruined them. I mean, they'll look okay and they'll do for now, but I'll probably swap these out, guys. I changed the chrome handles to vintage brass using rub and buff, and then we painted them in Farrow and Ball colour, like a brown colour, to match the room. And then I was going to add some stripes and spots to the boxes. However, I would not recommend painting these suitcases. They're going to chip very easily. You won't be able to pick them up without them being damaged, so I didn't finish them off. I just thought they'll be okay sat there for now, until I swap them out. But if I did want to upcycle them in the future, I should have sprayed them rather than painted them. So you live and you learn. Some of these upcycle projects work out and some of them don't. Unfortunately, I made a right dog's ear, pig's ear, dog's ear. I made a right pig's ear of these ones. And then down here we have the Little Dutch baby gym, which I still haven't unboxed at the moment. But like I said, this will change. There'll be games and toys and books and decor seasonally changed up on this bookshelf. But I just think it looks adorable for now for baby's nursery. And I will be adding the picture at the top here, or we could do a bookcase light like we've got in the rest of the house. Okay, everybody, and I think that's everything. Actually, one thing we did not mention was the rug. I love this rug so much. I'll link it down below. It's a washable rug. I just think it's absolutely beautiful and it works just lovely in this room, obviously protecting the carpet. And that's a wrap, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you love the nursery as much as we do. I know this is not the Oscars, but I just want to thank my gorgeous, handsome powerhouse of a husband for all his hard work in bringing my vision to life. I'm sure baby girl is going to really appreciate the space that we have created together for her. One day in the future, our little darling can look back on this video and she'll know just how much mummy and daddy loves her. As always, I will leave everything you've seen in this video, which is linkable, down below in the description box. So go check that out. If I've missed anything or if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. In fact, always leave me a comment. I love chatting with you guys down below. And if you're still here at this point in the video, I love you the most. Leave me some garden inspired emojis. And now I'm gonna shut up and see you all in the next video. Dun dun dun. Bye guys.